What's good, y'all? It's another episode of Just Hip Hop. I'm your boy C.
It's your boy Buddha.
It's your boy December.
And today, what are we talking about, Dev?
We could start off with that NBA young boy who
Yo, his mama was on Instagram Live tripping.
yeah.
That
So
shit
you
was
don't know what
crazy.
happened. It's a video that went around where he looked like he's abusing his girlfriend in a hotel lobby. Starts off with him body slamming her,
That shit
and
was
then
crazy.
he's just pulling her through the rest of the video and all that. And I think that's the reason why he in jail right now, or is it because some other stuff?
That's what
I know
they
it said kidnapping and then gun charges. So they said she was being kidnapped, right?
That's
or
what they
being held
saying.
against her will.
That's what they saying. They saying that that's the reason they came and got him.
And he's held without bail. They denied that nigga.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I don't. He don't got no domestic violence charges.
He don't?
Nah, he got an assault charge. He got an assault charge. He got a kidnapping charge, and a weapons charge. That's the cloudy part about it, is because like he doesn't actually have a domestic violence charge. However, I don't know. She might be a minor, so maybe it's I don't know, but
I don't know. Did y'all see the video where she was trying to explain the situation?
she claimed they
on
were
what happened?
playing. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah,
I feel so.
Yeah, that shit is not playing.
She said that's how we play all the time. He said he was trying to pull me. She's like, I bet you can't pull me.
But
Like-
And then the first clip is this nigga body slamming him. Like,
it's a sad situation, bro. Like it's a really sad situation, and I mean I don't know if they were playing or not. I just know I play fight with my girl all the time, and I ain't never body slammed her. Never. I ain't never body slammed her. Ever.
This nigga dead.
What?
This nigga is cracking up over this shit.
nah, it's not funny. Like it's serious. Like I think it's really like messed up. Like her, like you know what I'm saying. Like I feel like her parents need to step in, or somebody need to step in.
What they gonna say?
She
What you think her parents saying?
You think she wouldn't run away and
Fuck
go
that.
live with that nigga and
But
be
fuck-
on tour with that nigga?
But fuck that. What do you think her parents gonna say? What do you think her parents are saying? Because how old you think she is? 17?
She about 17, yeah.
18, and she's on tour with a rapper. You think her parents saying anything
Nah,
to her?
nah, they definitely not. They
So
probably just-
yeah,
If
like,
they are, it's not working. So like,
that,
it's just definitely a tough situation.
Yeah.
Like
and then it
to
could
be
be the
that
opposite.
young and she in love.
Yeah, and it could be the opposite. It could be that they saying stay with that nigga. He got money. She a girl from the hood.
But damn, is it
She ain't
worth
never
it?
had no cash. Fuck no, but
I mean,
A lot of-
sometimes when
some
you're in that
people think it
situation,
is.
you don't know if it's really worth it or not. It's definitely a tough situation. It's an unfortunate situation, and I know me personally, like I just don't condone like domestic violence. Whether even though that wasn't the charge, but they're in a relationship and he clearly body slamming her for whatever reason. That shit is not cool. That's pretty much all I got to say on it.
Shit not cool. Is it quiet for young boy?
They honestly
Music-wise,
spend that
like
sentence.
career-wise?
Yeah.
Or can he bounce back from this?
it's like this. I think they're gonna lock him up, but I ain't sure. Because understand this, they're not gonna drop the charges because they can prosecute without her pressing any. So they're not gonna drop the charges, but it could the case could get dismissed for lack of evidence. You know what I'm saying? If she's saying that we were playing and they don't have audio to prove whether or not they was playing, then I mean, or it could be like I said, it could be a situation like my man's. You remember that my man's that fainted in the courtroom?
Oh yeah.
His girlfriend said that she said that she didn't want to press charges, she didn't want him to go to jail, all that, and they still sent his ass to jail. So it could be a case of that too. You know what I'm saying? Like where Nigga, if the judge want to send your ass to jail, the judge gonna send you to jail. It's just that simple.
Damn.
So, and he already got a 10-year suspended sentence for like 2-3 shootouts or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like almost killing niggas and shit. He had a 10-year suspended sentence, meaning that if at any point ain't send his ass back to jail, so he had to do that sentence.
Damn.
So I mean, it ain't like he on probation.
Yeah.
And they got to determine whether or not he's a threat to society. He got 10 years on the books that he got to do.
So they was just letting him
They was
giving
just
him a test running like, here's your trial. Nigga.
Yeah, and he out here beating up his girlfriend. So, I mean, you know.
Listen, ladies, know your worth, man. Like, is it the money? It's not worth it. Like, I understand. Like, she probably come from a crazy situation, but I don't think it's worth it to get abused. Like, you know what I'm saying? Under no forms. Like, just know your worth. Like,
yeah, I mean,
not be out here letting this nigga do that to you.
It's more than that, because you don't know like what kind of relationship her parents got. You don't know what kind of shit she seen growing up, how long she been dealing with that, because she been with the nigga since before he got hot. And he done had 4 babies and been messing with a whole lot of other chicks and everything. And she just been sticking around because, I mean, whatever reason she got. But I mean, I think it's more than just, she needs some help, man. It's more than her knowing her worth. It's about like understanding like how a relationship should go, because that's a volatile situation. And it's already been said that like even the chicks that he messing off on her with, he done beat them up too.
Yeah, some girls that came out, I was like, wow, they was on tour with him or on his tour bus or something like that. They've been abused too.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, young boy really a wild boy.
Yeah, bro.
I guess he ain't gonna see.
So is your boy Tekashi talking about he the king of New York?
That's a fact. What do y'all think about that?
Bro, how do we end up talking about this nigga every week?
Yo, he's the hottest topic in the game right now. To be honest.
What you think? You think he the king of New York? Since I know that's one of your favorite artists.
Nah. Niggas is gas. He's not my favorite.
That's like a top 10 artist for you all the time.
Facts, you got all his songs on your phone.
He on my fucking iTunes music, so of course he gonna be on there. But I don't have that nigga album saved or nothing like that. But if he say the king of New York, I just feel like anybody could say that. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say king of New York, he hot right now. I don't think he the king of New York though. No, that's what you're asking. No,
He hot right now because he made the same song like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, it's buzzing.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. He the top nigga in the game right now.
No.
To be honest.
Only one of
the
those
top
songs
nigga.
really like I've heard everywhere. Like the rest of them.
The top of what? What is he the top of? Like, give me a definition. Why do you feel like he the top nigga?
Because he's well talked about, and his music is.
So because
all over the
niggas
place.
talk about him, he the top nigga.
Yeah, and his music is all over the place.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
Yes,
It's
it
not.
is.
Bro, you go home. Look, if I go home right
You
now,
don't be outside
niggas
New
is not
York.
listening to that. I promise. I promise. If I go home right now, niggas is not listening to Tekashi 6ix9ine
He's well known.
in New York.
Where?
I'm pretty sure outside of New York, he's well known.
Okay, he got a nice overseas following.
Yeah, I think it's right. I'm pretty sure he's well known.
No.
Nah.
He's a hot topic in the music.
I haven't
right?
heard him talked about anywhere other than New York except for LA recently. And we know why.
I'm pretty sure everybody in the world knows Tekashi. Just
I
like the niggas in
promise you
San
they don't.
Antonio when he's about to go there perform. And he was like, you can't perform here.
I promise you they don't.
I'm pretty sure the niggas know about Tekashi 6ix9ine. I promise you they do.
I was
I
talking
think
about
he's
him
more regional
recently.
than you think.
Yeah, I was talking about him recently to somebody, and they was like, "Who?"
Yeah, no, I was.
Niggas is
Was
right.
you was here, right? Was you here with it?
Nah,
I was talking to
I was
my
about to
boy
s-
Kevin, and he was like, "Who?" I was like, "Tekashi 6ix9ine." He's like, "I don't know who that is."
I'm gonna tell you, like most, like in all seriousness, most people's opinion on a lot of these mumble rappers, most people really think they're all the same person. I had someone tell me when Lil Peep died, they thought it was the Gucci Gang guy, but the person they imagined, like the actual person they envisioned, was Tekashi. people think a lot of these people are all the same people. Like he ain't as popular as you think.
My girl thought I get the drip from my walk, Magnolia, and I don't really care if you cry was the same nigga.
That's crazy. She's
bro. It's like a lot of people think that. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like unless you into hip hop, like super into hip hop like us, most people think those guys are the same person. They don't sell any records like that. You know what A Boogie sold?
how much?
60. That's it. Because don't nobody know him nowhere outside of New York.
Oh, y'all niggas be
Bro, I'm trying to tell you. Go listen, bro. Go look.
I mean, it's obviously gonna be some outliers.
It's gonna be some outliers, yeah. But go look at where they do shows. Go look at where they do shows.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at how often they do shows.
A lot of it is regional.
A lot of it is regional. A Boogie be having like 2-3 Pennsylvania dates.
Yeah.
Well, how many artists you know that's known got 3 Pennsylvania dates? Jay-Z ain't got 3 Pennsylvania dates. I promise that shit.
Performing like that.
Bullshit. He just was on tour.
Who, Jay-Z?
Yes.
He's like exceptional. Like he's winning the game.
Is he?
Okay, listen, bro. Listen. Kendrick don't got 3 Pennsylvania dates.
No.
Cole don't.
Cole don't got
Drake
3
not.
Pennsylvania dates. Drake don't. Like if when you really popping, you don't got no 3 Pennsylvania dates. He got 3 Pennsylvania dates because he regional as fuck. He got to do Stroudsburg and Philly and Pittsburgh because
All his fans regional.
all his fans regional.
All his fans are drive away.
So yeah, he
Not
got,
all, but majority.
He got to do. I'm dead ass.
Last song I know that he put out was Drowning.
I'm dead ass. I don't know that song.
I mean, you can sing it right now, but I don't know it.
I don't know the song.
Just keeping it real with
He's
you.
not popping.
Huh?
That don't mean he's not popping because y'all don't know it.
I mean, you're right about that.
That's true. But what we're saying is we're not the like this is a popular sentiment. Like when I go home and I talk about niggas up, I remember calling my homeboy and saying Dave East was red hot up here, and I remember calling my homeboy and saying,
Nah, Dave East is
And these
I'll
niggas
give
saying
you that.
who?
bro, Dave
And
East.
Dave
East
East
is hella
and Dave
regional.
East went to Towson, and I was in Baltimore
Check
talking
how
about
much
Dave
Dave
East.
East sold.
And
I know that nigga hella regional.
Check how much he sold.
I'd rather say he the king of hip hop than Tekashi.
You mean
And I
New
know
York?
he
ain't king.
Yeah, boy.
I ain't jacking that.
If your name ain't Kendrick or Cole, don't say that shit right now.
Oh hell, King.
Out of active rappers,
Kill me.
not like Jay-Z who putting out like an album whenever the fuck he feel like it.
I think put on an album once every 5 years.
No disrespect to Jay-Z. You can sponsor this podcast and more if you want
Nah,
to.
the album was fire.
Definitely was. Definitely top 5 album last year.
Facts.
Top five.
And
We
that
just talking
top
about the
off
young
verse was
cats.
fire.
Yeah, we just talking about the young cats, like the younger cats, because I mean them niggas in their 30s.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Anyway.
what we saying is like
Mhm.
you got to realize this. Number one, them sales include,
Streams and shit.
and they include streams of Gummo.
Mm-hmm.
Take Gummo off there. I want to know how much they. I would love to know how much it sold without Gummo.
I felt that.
I would love to know what exactly it sold without Gummo.
I feel that. So that is he wrong for saying he the king of New York?
Bro, listen,
I mean, he can say what he
he can
wants.
say what he want, bro.
Don't
Is
make
it
it
wrong
the
when
truth.
anybody say they're the king of any place?
You can say what you
Nah,
want.
not really.
That don't make it the truth.
I don't make it the truth.
You can say what you want. I mean, we ain't got a monarch in the United States. So. Ain't nobody the king of shit.
Mm,
These niggas don't even own property in New York. So like,
yeah.
ain't no monarchs in America. So saying you the king of anything is a stretch. So
Is that something like that got to be given to you, like on some Biggie shit, like that type of shit?
nigga, I don't think Biggie the king of New York. Just keeping it real.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody's the king of anywhere.
Nah, I feel that.
That's just real. Like niggas don't own nothing. Like you niggas don't.
It's just like
Oh, shit.
when people say they the best. Like, it's all subjective. Like, I mean, unless you somebody who really just not that good. In this case, like, I don't think he can say that. Period.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I understand what the term means.
Yeah.
I get that. What I'm saying is,
That's the same website I was on, bro. I did the same thing.
I got it.
Rotated my screen and everything.
they said it's 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
The streams and album sales, like pure sales and streams.
I don't know if this is pure or not. Let me see. I think that's pure.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, sales plus streams. Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, that's what he saw. And A Boogie first week sold 11.
Yeah, I mean Tekashi's definitely gonna do more than that.
He sold the
because
same
of-
shit.
It's tough.
Tekashi gonna do more than that because of Gummo, but
QC sold 16. And what else? Oh no, that might not have been QC's first week though. I don't know if that was their first week. But whatever. We can talk about that shit all day.
That's a fact.
The matter. Go ahead.
all I know is like because everything is a numbers game now. Like album sales don't really mean shit.
No.
If you want your album sales to mean something, don't put no singles out. Drop the album. See how you do first week.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't have a song in rotation for forever, racking up millions and millions and millions of streams, and then throw it on the album.
Yeah.
Just so it counts towards your album sales.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Cause like when you look at Kendrick's single dropped the week before the album. How long Gummo been out?
For minutes. It's like last year.
So
It'd be like summertime because in the video it was like summertime.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy outside, nigga. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Cole ain't dropped a single,
Yeah.
and first week he did 520,000, 520,000 or something like that.
No singles. He
No singles, no
doing no
features.
interviews, no
No
nothing.
interviews, nothing.
He just dropped music.
And so, and
And I
niggas don't
promise
talk
you, he
about
don't even
him.
care about the numbers.
Niggas don't talk about it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what makes him on top of anything? That's all I'm asking. Like, because like, I don't hear people listening to his records.
I don't even understand why. Like, to be honest, I don't even understand why. Like, he did an album. Like, just drop singles.
The only new nigga that's kind of in that lane, and he not a mumble rapper, but like because of Look at Me, they thought he was. XXX came out with an album without the single on it, and sold 80.
That's pretty good.
That's the only nigga
Yeah.
that sold.
That's pretty good.
That's the only nigga that sold. He came out with an album, sold 80.
Nah, that's fine.
Like Uzi Vert on the other hand sold 100 and something, but he had I don't really care if you cry. He had that shit on there.
XO Tour Life. That shit was a banger.
You know what I'm saying? Take that off of that. How much does he sell?
Dang.
I just want to know.
So, and that's the thing. Like, if you know, I mean, we some pretty smart guys, but if we can figure it out, that means if people really cared about the numbers, people will figure it out.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
How you know this shit don't mean nothing?
I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Only niggas like us that's into the culture and like, cause I mean to tell the complete truth, like I don't think we're like super elitist, but
Hell
like
no.
Not in the
we're
slightest.
but we're like
Maybe you.
we're at the bottom of like hip hop elitism. I think we're like a hip hop elitists.
I think you are. Of everybody.
Yeah, I might be a little higher.
You're more like a historian.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like I might be a little bit. I don't even think I'm that high on the scale because I don't align with a lot of things that like super duper hip hop elitists align with. Cats like Royce da 5'9" and like, well, I don't know if Eminem is one or not anymore either. Anyway, like I don't know, but like cats like Royce da 5'9", Premier, you know, people like that. They're hip hop elitists. You know what I'm saying? Lord Jamar, Joe Budden. Like they want hip hop to sound a certain way.
That's perfect. That leads into like our next.
Yeah, I was about to
topic
say
then.
that definitely leads
Is
into the
there
next
mumble
topic.
rap versus real hip hop? Is that like a real thing?
Ain't
like,
no such thing as real hip hop. Like it's all
Yeah.
real. It's all
real hip hop, right?
It's all.
Like,
It's all.
we
hip
was
hop.
saying today, what's that? Rapper's Delight. Like, can't we say that was arguably the first mumble rap song? Like,
Yeah,
He wasn't even-
anything, but it just didn't.
he
have a
wasn't even
title
saying
back then.
words at one point.
I feel like
yeah. Like
Hip hop, a hippie to the hip hop, like,
bang bang boogie.
and
up jumps the boogie. Like come on,
and
bro.
to be honest, you know,
That bubble
if we
gum shit.
defining like quote unquote real hip hop, that might be like the purest form of real hip hop. And at one point, that nigga wasn't even saying words. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, quote unquote mumble rap doesn't have to be for you. You know, boom bap traditional hip hop doesn't have to be for you.
either, yeah.
But one thing you can't take away from is the fact that it's hip hop.
It's part of the culture.
That's what I'm saying.
It's part of the
and that's
culture.
not even just with the music aspect of it. Like even as far as like dancing and shit like that.
Part of the culture.
You know, some people might say, "Oh no, you know, breakdancing, you know, that's hip hop." But this nay and shit they doing now, that ain't hip hop.
That's
Yes,
stupid.
it is.
That's stupid. Like it's the
You ain't
same.
gotta
it's
like
the
folks
exact same shit.
Literally the same shit.
It's the exact same shit. Like I hate when like people try to like bait me into saying something bad about
This new
like
age,
like new age hip hop.
yeah.
Like even when I'm having conversations, people be like, "Yo, so what do you think about?" Because they know I'm really into hip hop. Yo, what do you think about? And they want me to say like, "Yeah, that shit trash, man." Like, and like, but it's not. Like, it's just not for me. I like some of those records, right? And I listen to some of them, but like, you're not gonna catch me listening to Gummo. It's just not for me. But it's not for me. But it's for somebody. Somebody wants to listen to somebody. They get up and they listen to that record, and that record gets them ready for their day. To somebody, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, that's their shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's their shit.
That's their
Like,
shit. Like, that's just real. It ain't mine. You ain't gonna catch me listening to a lot of those records because I just don't like them. Like, but because I don't like them doesn't mean they aren't good records. Just because I don't like them don't mean that somebody else doesn't love them. You know how many cats from back home, Yo Gotti is their favorite rapper.
a lot.
Like if you say top 5, they gonna say Yo Gotti, Gucci, Jeezy. Like that's their top 5 back home.
Because that's what they relate
Dead
to.
ass nigga. Like you know how many niggas back home listen to fucking Pee Wee Longway and all these cats like
Look at the flickers.
like they listen to all these cats, bro. Like you know, Dolph, like Moneybag Yo, like they love them niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Memphis got shit on lock right now. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie.
Memphis doing their thing.
Tennessee. Let's
Yeah,
just-
I was
Tennessee
like- I
got
was
shit
gonna
on
say
lock
Tennessee.
right now.
Yeah, but
they
like
talented
people
as
love,
fuck.
like back home niggas love them niggas. Tennessee ain't but a couple hours, like 3 hours away from my hometown,
Yeah.
2 or 3 hours away from my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So like niggas love them niggas back home. The same way they love J. Cole. They love J. Cole back home. Like the same niggas that listen to Yo Gotti and Moneybag Yo listen to J. Cole. So what does that tell you? It's all hip hop.
So
It's all hip hop. And once again, and to not really to go back too far, but that's still some regional shit. Like in those areas, like, you know, from Maryland, Virginia, Atlanta, Tennessee, Moneybag eating. Like,
Yeah.
not to say that, you know, he ain't got fans in New York, but
Yeah, and
I promise
Moneybag
you, he
nice.
got more shows in Memphis and Virginia and North Carolina than
Then
he got New
doing-
York dates.
Yeah, I bet you he ain't got a Stroudsburg, PA date. I
I
promise.
promise you, he ain't got 3 Pennsylvania dates.
I promise that shit.
yeah.
Promise you that. But like to them, they tell you, what you mean he local? What you mean he regional? No, people know Moneybag everywhere. They be having the same conversation you having about
Yeah.
Tekashi.
Yeah.
Like people
And
be
Moneybag
regional.
nice.
And that don't
Moneybag nice, but like the reality is, it's like, nigga, walk up to a nigga right now in New York and say, "Yo, did you listen to Two Federal?" I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you listen to Heartless too?
Yeah, like
they
did
gonna
you listen to
huh?
Heartless too? They gonna what?
And that shit came out 2 weeks ago.
Yo.
Saying the lyrics to doing too much, and they gonna be like, what is that? What?
They might know you doing too much by
Facts,
asking me this. I don't know.
facts.
Like, but that's just the way it is. But I mean,
Ask them if they know Lil Baby.
I know, baby.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's
the
a typical
normal,
New Yorker.
the typical nigga ask him, do he know who Lil Baby is? He gonna say hell no.
Yeah.
But he know Tekashi.
Yeah.
But my man's came up here from down south, and I said, yo, such and such, this nigga Tekashi be wildin'. He said, who? I said, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I was like, word, I figured that.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to go home and talk about all type of niggas up here. Niggas had no idea who they was. When I first moved up here and I was listening to the radio and all that shit, I used to go back home and say certain niggas, they'd be like, who? Like, it's vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
now, I remember when I was in elementary school, niggas would take trips to up north, see their family up north, right? And they would come back with a CD and they would pass it around and everybody would dub the CD. And so we heard Wanksta months before it came out because we heard it on a street tape from New York, right? And so niggas would come back with their New York CDs. Yeah, bro, I got this from New York. And like niggas would come back and we would dub the tapes. They was CDs. We would dub the CDs. You know what I'm saying? Or you would listen to it for a couple days, and like you would burn it on your computer or something like that. And that's how we got music. And music moved from north to south, right? Then in like 2006, shit changed. And music started moving from south to north.
That's a fact.
And it really was in 2006. It was more like 04, between 04 and like 09.
That fucking Usher Confessions type shit.
Yeah, well,
That
not even just that.
But for me.
Yeah, like Usher, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Soulja Boy.
I was about to say Soulja Boy. D4L and shit.
D4L, Rich Boy. I mean, you even think about all of them one-off songs that came out. I look fly. I look good.
Swag surfing.
Swag surfing. Ice cream paint job. My Dougie. I'm fresh. My Dougie. Like all of those records.
Shoulder Lean.
Yeah, Shoulder Lean. Like all of those records was from the South, and then T.I. was popping, Jeezy was popping, Gucci was popping, and so all of the music moved from South to North, and not just them. 3 6 Mafia had a Oscar-winning record come out.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, then you got 3 6 Mafia from Tennessee, too. So, you got Atlanta, Alabama, Texas, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the music was coming from the South. Then, not to mention, Pharrell from Virginia and Eclipse. And like you could go on and on. Missy from Virginia, like you can go on and on and on and on about that shit, bro. Like even when you listen to a Justin Timberlake, Timberland was producing all the records, and so everything was going from south to north, and that's how it is now. When Kent Jones' song got hot here, nigga, we had been listening to that shit almost a year.
That's crazy.
We had been listening to that shit a year, nigga. I went home in July, something like that, April, and heard it. That shit won't play in here till like the next February or something, or like that December, some shit like that. The Cha Cha, I heard Cha Cha. I don't know how long before. I heard Cha Cha before it started playing up here. I heard Cha Cha like 4 or 5 months before it started playing here.
Damn.
They played Hotline Bling here before they played Cha Cha.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Hotline came on and Cha Cha came on, and after that it was quiet. That shit was out for like a week, and Hotline Bling just took over.
Yeah, like the niggas did not play Cha Cha in New York until after they played Hotline Bling. They played it, but they to the extent that they played it once Hotline Bling came out.
It was quiet.
Nah, they like once How Long Blink came out, then they played it a lot.
That's a fact.
But the reality is like ain't no going back to the topic. Ain't no such thing as real hip hop because it's all real. It's all really hip hop, nigga.
You can ever move past this though, the stage, this little.
Bro, it's gonna be like that for everything. It was like that for snap music.
True.
It was like that for snap music.
Snap
Man,
music.
these niggas out here dancing.
Yeah,
like
dance on the whole Soulja Boy movement.
Jay-Z, that was his whole reason for coming out of retirement. Man, I seen that like niggas just wasn't doing like it wasn't sounding like the hip hop that I was used to hearing, and so I had to come out of retirement. And you came out of retirement with a garbage ass album. I love Jay, but Kingdom Come trash.
Wow,
that's just real.
Definitely his worst album.
That's just real. Worse than Volume 3. Worse
than Blueprint 3.
Worse than Blueprint 3 and 2.
Damn.
And I really don't like those. Like Blueprint 3, I think is second worst album.
Worse than that the Rock album.
But that ain't worse than his Forbes list. Is it now?
Not at all.
Is it now?
Nah, but that was a trash ass transition.
I knew it was coming
too.
too. I knew it was coming.
Oh, the Jay-Z.
He
So
tried.
you going to the
Tried.
Forbes list?
It's trash.
He tried.
You could have said something else, but it's all good.
Get an E for effort.
Yeah.
It was a fire transition.
Whatever.
Just
Whatever.
like his Forbes list. Back at it again. That's 2 in a row.
This nigga.
Hey man.
But he just passed P. Diddy on the Forbes list.
Is that what we call him? What is his
I was about
name?
to say, is
I thought he was Brother Love.
Well, I'm not calling that nigga Brother Love. Excuse me? Excuse me?
That nigga bank account say otherwise.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, who Brother Love? P. Diddy? That's his name?
That's his new shit. His new shit is love. Is
it's
Brother
either
Love.
P. Diddy, Puff, Sean, not calling him Brother Love.
It's, nigga, you call him everything else.
But Brother Love, that ain't happening. You feel what I'm saying?
Man, listen, this nigga Brother Love, rich regardless, okay?
Nah, he rich, but he got passed by Jay-Z.
That's
Jay-Z had
cool.
900 million.
That's cool.
Is this a good look for like hip hop?
Look,
I mean, when you that rich, ain't no losers.
understand this. Understand this. Him, Dre, and Puff is just not just the richest entertainers in hip hop.
Yeah.
They're the richest entertainers in American music.
Damn. That's like a
Imagine.
whole genre.
American music, period.
Damn.
Go look it up. They're the richest. They're the 3 richest entertainers in American music, not just hip hop.
Oh, so it's music as a whole. Jesus Christ. I thought it was just the hip hop.
Oh, I mean, you know, they try to marginalize us.
Yeah.
that's you know, they try to marginalize us, but the reality is they're the 3 richest figures in American music. That says
And
a
they
lot.
barely actively making music.
Facts. That says a lot about our genre and how our genre is rooted in the entrepreneurial spirit. You know, like when we was on the radio today, that's the first shit I said. Like they want to know what we bring to the table. We bring in artist freedom. Like you know what I'm saying? Like understanding that like yo, like you and your homeboys can get together and make some shit happen. And you don't need no label. Like, it shouldn't be no labels.
It shouldn't be, no.
Fuck a label.
The only label should be y'all label. It shouldn't be no major label.
Yeah, it shouldn't be no major labels. You know, I know that's idealistic.
Yeah, to get the label and get the backing.
That's idealistic because
it's traditional. It's the traditional way.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. Every avenue of entertainment is backed by major corporations. Like right now, if Tail want to be on a TV network, who own that shit, bro? Viacom.
Yeah, they got all the channels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the reason, just like
Viacom, nigga.
the reason why so much stuff disappearing off of Netflix, like, you know, Family Guy just recently got taken off of Netflix, but that's because Family Guy is on Fox. Fox is under Disney, so is Hulu. So where are they putting all the stuff they taking off of Netflix? On Hulu, because Disney own all that shit.
Facts. Look at you want your song played on the radio. You know who you got to go to?
No, like Flex and shit.
No,
No.
you got to go to iHeartMedia because they own all the radio stations.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why, like, on their app, like, you can That's why you can listen to so many radio stations because it's
Because
theirs.
they own them.
That is a fact.
Because they own them.
It's theirs.
iHeartRadio.
Like,
The other one, Ennis Communications. They own all the other ones.
I never even heard of them.
you don't have to.
They exist. Don't worry about it.
The bank heard of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They exist. Don't worry about it.
You said the bank heard of them.
The bank heard of them. Don't worry
and
about it.
It's like that for entertainment and like period. Other than for like actors, they got like their own agents and shit.
Yeah.
But other than actors, like actual actors, not the actual like movies, because the movies is the same shit. Paramount, Lionsgate, Fox. Who else? Paramount, Lionsgate, Fox. I think that's it. I think that's it. I can't think of no
Pretty
other one.
much.
It's the same shit. It's like that in entertainment in general.
Yeah.
Like that's just period. The movie theaters are owned by the same people. The Georgia Theater Company, Regal. Who else? I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
The Georgia Theater Company, Regal. That's it, nigga. Them the only niggas that own theaters, bro.
Damn.
As far as I know.
That's a fact. I don't know any other ones.
The commission.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you so it's not that it's just traditional for music.
Yeah.
It's that way in all of entertainment, right? So that not only can an industry standard exist, but that only a set amount of people can determine what the industry standard is. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's the Wild West out here, bro. It's the fucking Wild West out here in hip hop. It might not be like that in fucking pop or country or whatever. I don't know, but it's the Wild West out here, nigga.
Meaning like what?
Like niggas is on this label. Like go to the billboards right now, right? The niggas that's selling, they signed the Atlantic, Interscope, Warner. Well, Warner, yeah, Interscope. Warner is Atlantic is Warner, so they signed the Warner, Interscope.
What is Epic?
Huh?
Epic is his own or is it under
Epic is
Epic is under
Sony.
somebody. Yeah.
Epic is Sony.
Sony's under Sony.
No, Sony is. It's only 3 big labels. See, a lot of people
Sony.
don't know that either.
Yeah.
It's only 3 big labels.
So Sony, Interscope,
No, Sony, Warner, Universal.
Universal.
That's it. There are only 3 record labels. Everybody else owned by them niggas.
Yeah, everybody is under something.
I'm telling you, it's like this in every part of entertainment. That's not a fucking coincidence. So, like, it's the Wild West out here because TDE owns 4% of the music market share. 4%.
Damn.
That's a lot of percent, my nigga.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, when Pepsi did that dumbass commercial and everybody was like, oh, we should boycott Pepsi and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, people had to take into consideration how much shit they really own as
They got
Pepsi
Sierra Mist
that
and
ain't
shit.
Pepsi.
Yeah,
Then they also was like, well, it's not just Pepsi that's the problem. It's the people that own Pepsi. So when people started realizing how much shit you had to, like, people end up having to boycott Doritos and shit like that. You're like, wait.
I want
What? You're like, wait, what?
Not the
I need that Cool
bro.
Ranch.
Yeah,
You
so
knew
that-
it.
So it's like,
boycott
people's
Cool
like, wait,
Ranch.
what? Wait, what?
I need my Cool Ranch. Hold on.
When you start realizing a lot of these
need
things
that Cool Ranch.
that you buy and you consume and stuff like that is all under one parent company,
Yeah.
and you know sometimes they name just barely be in the fine print, you don't even realize
Look at your
it.
candy bar when you buy it. Look at it.
Yeah, see
All them
who-
bitches say one of 2 things: Hershey's or Mars. That's it. That's
yeah.
it. They don't say anything else on them.
Hershey.
When you buy a candy bar, next time you buy a candy bar, look at the back of it.
This shit gonna say Hershey.
Either Hershey's or Mars.
Niggas like,
That's it.
that nigga see what's right.
That's the only thing it's gonna say on the back of it, nigga. And so, like, what I'm saying is, if it's the Wild West out here, right, and you starting to see smaller labels like a 300, a fucking TDE, QC, you starting to see labels like that gather bits and pieces of the market share. XL, Adele signed to XL, I think. check that for me, please? XL is an independent label.
Rich Forever.
No, Rich Forever is an imprint on 300. That's not.
Trying to boost you up.
That's not the same thing. It's a label. It's a label, but it's an imprint on the 300.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'm not jacking it. I mean, Rich the Kid, I fuck with you, bro. You a hell of an entrepreneur, and what you're doing is fantastic. But
XL Recordings.
I'm not gonna give them that.
They have a parent company.
Oh, they got a parent company now?
Beggars Group.
Oh, that's not an actual label, is it?
It's a British record company that owns and distributes for 4AD, Rough Trade Records, Matador Records, XL Recordings, and Young Turks.
Damn.
So, would they be what kind of label are they qualified as? They just a distributor? Because if they're just a distributor, that's like being BMG. Like them niggas ain't shit but the distributors.
Nah, they have distributors. I don't know. So.
Okay, so they're considered an independent label, I guess. Oh. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. So I think Adele is on XL.
Yeah.
And like XL is on this company, the Beggars Group, and they're independent. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, like it's the Wild West out here. If you were an artist, this is the perfect time, and you bought it, like because a lot of you niggas ain't bought it. I'm sorry, a lot of you niggas is y'all make music. Yeah, y'all pump faking. Y'all make music for play. But if you bought it,
you should be following the blueprints of the
Yeah.
three gentlemen like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And
Dre. Go look at their history. You'll find similarities. They all did their own labels. They all did their own label, one way or another. Go look at their history. Go look
at their own shit. Like Jay-Z had the title.
Jay-Z got title.
Dre had the Apple Beats shit.
Before that, Jay-Z had Rockaway.
He had his own shit.
Dre had Beats. Puff had everything. Ciroc, Sean John, Bad Boy. I mean, before the Beats, Dre had Aftermath. Before Beats, he had Aftermath, and the biggest artist in the game. So like,
you should be out here doing shit on your own. You
gotta get out here. You gotta hustle, man. Like, because to be completely honest, the niggas in these offices have no idea what the fuck they doing. What you looking at, bro? The breakdown.
Yeah. Well, like just like stuff like I'm sitting here drinking Poland Springs water, and they owned by Nestle.
Yeah.
You look at Nestle. So
yeah.
So if you ever say, "Oh, we want to boycott Nestle,"
you got boycott.
Realize you got to boycott L'Oreal, Wonka, Nerds, Nestea, Nescafe, Kit Kats, Butterfingers.
Hell nah, not the Butterfingers.
Hot Pockets.
Hell nah.
Stouffer's, Maxwell House, Velveeta, Kraft. No, the Kraft singles is Kraft.
Oh, I was about to say not the Kraft mac and cheese.
I was about to say, God damn.
Kraft mac and cheese was
Smarties. Ain't nobody eating Smarties no more.
I what you talking about? Smarties fire. I don't know what you talking about, nigga. This nigga tripping.
I fuck with this Smarties.
Smarties
in my goodie bag.
Maybelline, Kohl's.
I ain't boycotting Kohl's.
For all you women out there use Garnier fruit teas, hey, I'm using that.
Dude.
Bruh. Ralph Lauren on here.
Who they on?
YSL.
Niggas ain't boycott.
All of this stuff traced back to Nestle.
That shit crazy.
Ralph Lauren under Nestle.
They probably own shares.
Damn.
Yeah.
Niggas is not gonna boycott Polo.
Hey,
it ain't Ralph though.
But it is.
Because you over here drinking Polo water. Look at you, bitch.
I know, right? I got this Polo on my water.
Nigga drinking Polo water out this bitch.
Drinking Boss.
Facts.
And you never know.
Drinking this high expensive water when you already drinking high expensive.
And see, you see how we thinking? A lot of people don't think like that, right? And so that's how Puff thinks. That's how Jay thinks. That's how Dre thinks. It's like, okay, I'm a brand. It don't matter the product. It's the brand. If people connect with the brand, it don't matter the product.
Yeah, they buy your product like fuck.
They gonna buy the product because they connect with the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then what do? You brand your product. And so now they connect with that brand. It's niggas right now that won't buy nothing but Poland Springs. We know a nigga like that.
Yeah.
Like, won't buy nothing but Poland Springs.
Damn.
But if you ask him to buy some Nestle water, he gonna look at you crazy. And they bottle by the same niggas. What the
Like,
fuck?
Yep.
Nestle, what?
I ain't drinking no Nestle water, and then you realize the Nestle water and Poland Springs water is all under Nestle.
He drinking that
So-
shit already.
Exactly.
It said on the back. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's on there.
Nestle
That's-
Waters, North America.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
You drinking Nestle water, bro.
Nestle water.
Y'all niggas that don't fuck
Thinking
with
that you bougie.
I
Exactly.
don't drink Nestle.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you
bitch.
do.
Yeah, you do, bitch.
You just ain't know it.
But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the,
I don't fuck with Nestle. They racist. All right. Stop drinking that Poland Springs.
yeah.
Stop drinking that Perrier
Ooh, I ain't doing
and
that.
Pellegrino.
You know I ain't doing that. I can't put that Perrier down.
All right.
Feel me? Nestle just gonna have to be racist.
These are just gonna be racist. Yo.
Found a name out.
Yo.
And Nestle's just gonna, it is in it. Every time, bro. Nestle just gonna have to be racist. Yeah, every
He's gonna be
time.
Like, what did Nestle do?
But yo, we got any more topics?
Yeah. I seen something. I forgot what it was. But it was talking about NCAA,
Oh yeah, that was the last topic.
and it was talking about like how FBI agents was going like deep and like finding like the corruption and stuff, and like they found like a lot of cases and blah blah blah.
Yeah, this a Buddha topic.
Oh yeah, you saw me stretch,
Yeah,
right?
he's like,
This a
yeah, my
Buddha-
side is
So
shine.
This a Buddha topic.
this-
But they found like a lot of
you know,
cases.
I like to
So,
consider myself, a sports
NBA analyst
elitist.
and
You know
shit,
what I'm
nigga.
saying?
you said
So
analysts.
this is my take on it.
Do you
It's
think
probably
players
always
should get paid?
gonna be my
NCAA
take on it?
players should get
No.
paid. Why not?
NCAA players should not get paid. They should not have to go to college. They should have to go to a development league like the G League or whatever league the NFL has set up or whatever. Because at the end of the day, this is a career. It's a profession. When you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you go to law school, you go to medical school. When you want to be a football player, you should be able to graduate from high school and go somewhere that'll prepare you for football. Why are you taking classes and trying to keep up your GPA and do all this other stuff, and you putting your body on the line and you ain't getting paid? When if scouts and stuff want to see how you play, they can see how you play in that setting.
So you
Well, that's all you have to focus
So
on.
you putting blame on like the education system, like the school system, or like the students.
Yeah, because the school system, they make more money off the athletes than they do off the scholars.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's not fair. And to understand, it's like, you're like, all right, well, how do we pay them? We got them coming here to school for free. They're getting an education. A lot of them don't want that shit. Point blank, period.
What about this? I just had a fire idea. Right? What about this? How many D1 basketball schools you think it is?
Shit.
Hundreds, if not, it's hundreds, at least.
So what about this? The top the top D1 schools, right, have an opportunity to pair with NBA teams in a tier-based farm system for basketball and football.
No,
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why not?
Because you don't think these schools gonna pay to get the best players to come there?
That's fine.
No, it's not.
No, listen. Everybody, what I'm saying is they do the farm league shit. The NBA says we're gonna pick 30. We're gonna pick 30 schools to be the 30 schools that have the best. I guess rank or record or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the 30 get a certain amount of years to have a D League team at level 1. And then the next 30 at level 2. And the next 30 at level 3. They have 100 schools. Everything else is damn near just intramural sports.
I mean, so you don't think a team that don't qualify to do that, you don't think they sitting like, man, such and such in them, they contract about to be up. We could throw this money at this high school recruit, get them here, and then we get up to that tier.
I definitely think
that shit's still gonna be corrupt.
It's
no.
Okay. Look.
I feel like if you want to if you want an education and you want to be an athlete,
go to school. Yeah, you're right.
Go to school.
You're right.
Let them pay for your school. Go to school. Be a student athlete. Do what you got to do.
Then what happens? What happens to the education? What happens to
the education that they not getting?
Hold on. You ain't let me finish. What happens to the education system if a lot of these schools whose the bulk of their income comes from intercollegiate athletics?
I mean, figure that shit out.
Comes from collegiate athletics.
They better figure that shit out. Why is it the understand, you're not putting blame anywhere, but it's like, so the players got to suffer because schools can't properly fund their schools without athletes? That's not fair to the athletes. So they putting their bodies on the line for free so these schools can continue to fund their schools?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I know.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
everything. I agree with everything you said, but I'm just saying, like, what do you think about these ideas? Or,
like, what's the solution?
or right? Just don't make niggas have to go to college to go to the league.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't tell me Zion Williamson ain't going straight to the league.
Yeah, but everybody ain't Zion Williamson.
That's cool. Okay, so cool. Then what you do is you go into a developmental. Here's a problem.
And a lot of these one and done players, like a lot of them,
it's like wasting.
A lot of them really don't be that good.
Facts.
They be good enough to be top 60, but that don't mean you gonna get to the league and get playing time.
Here's the problem.
A lot of them end up in the D League anyway.
Here's the problem. How many teams do we need? How many teams you think a baseball team got? One. The Braves. How many teams you think they got?
A lot.
Give me a number.
4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. They got a lot of
So are we saying we're gonna give? Are we saying we're gonna give? I don't know, the Oklahoma City Thunder 7 teams? Is that what we're saying?
You don't need to give them 7 teams.
How many teams would you suggest? Because it's Oklahoma City, nigga. So even though the team, the Oklahoma City Thunder is good, nigga, who the fuck wants to play in Oklahoma City?
They don't need that many. I mean, it's just like how many colleges is in Oklahoma City in comparison to how many colleges are in New York.
That's a fact.
Or something like that. Like, it doesn't have to be every major city has the same amount. Because I mean, when we look at it, even professional sports, some states don't even have sports teams. So
then what's the intake for athletes? Like, what? How do we determine? What, they just signing niggas willy nilly? How, like, are we doing like baseball where
the same way they
30 fucking rounds in the draft? Is that what we're doing?
Everybody
no, I mean the thing is you don't get rid of NCAA sports. It's just those players will continue to not be paid. Those players will continue to if you want to go to college, you want them to pay for your schooling. By all means, they give you that scholarship. You go there, you be a student athlete. But for the players, just like they get recruited to colleges, there should be recruits or scouts from these D League, or I guess it's the G League now.
Well, you know what? It works for baseball because it's college baseball, but you just don't see that shit on TV. And that's what I'm saying.
You don't see it on TV.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but you don't. And the thing is, you don't need to see it on TV.
But do you think the caliber of talent is going to be the same in collegiate basketball and football?
No, it won't be.
So do we want to watch that shit on TV?
We're gonna have to find out. I mean, but the thing is, if they all not going to NCAA and then they going to D League, G League, Z League, wherever the fuck they at, if them the players we know that's nice, we gonna watch it, ain't we?
Probably.
So you saying they gonna put the G League on TV
to replace the
all them niggas was college players at some point anyway, wasn't they?
So it'll be both like an NCAA and a G League, like both games will be on TV.
No, they gonna have to fight it out. to get their games on TV. Just like NBA got to fight it out with whoever to get their games on TV.
I was about to say, well,
they got to fight with other programming. They're going to have to fight with other programming. That's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just like how Fox gets certain games, CBS gets certain games, etc.
So you think
NCAA could be on certain channels?
Nigga, the NCAA going to end up not having no nationally televised shit ever.
Is that not what they deserve? All these years of not paying these motherfuckers?
That's a fact.
That is true.
They'll figure it out. All this money they got.
You think schools?
All this got that money they got. They've been running slavery for how fucking long?
How many?
They got money.
How many schools you think they gonna bankrupt?
I don't give a fuck if they bankrupt all of them.
Well, all I'm saying is,
nigga, if you had to go to school to be a rapper and you wasn't getting paid for that shit, how would you feel?
So what about the
If
students
if they was requiring you to go to fucking school to be a rapper and you knew in your heart you was gonna make it?
See, this is the thing. I agree with you.
Fuck them niggas.
What about everybody else?
I'm just
though?
asking the questions, the hard questions, because these the questions that motherfuckers is gonna ask. Like,
I feel you. So my response really ain't directly at you. It's to the motherfuckers who gonna be saying this. Fuck them niggas. Wholeheartedly. I almost went a whole episode without saying something viral.
You're not
Almost.
You're not
Damn.
sponsored by the NCAA.
I was trying today. I was talking in my low
gonna
voice.
give us money anyway, though.
So they gonna get their money. Fuck it.
So the solution is to have like a third party, like.
No, not a third party.
No.
Fuck that.
Not a
NBA,
third.
let the NBA run it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the NBA already.
run it.
Yeah, they already got.
They already got a G League. Look.
And then the thing is, a lot of these players who don't even get, a lot of these players who played in college and don't get drafted, they end up there somehow anyway.
I'm gonna tell you like this: them niggas still ain't gonna get paid that much. They gonna get paid 35.
They not gonna get paid that
35K, nigga. If that,
yeah,
they might as well working at Foot Locker.
Hey, I mean, would you rather work at Foot Locker or do what you love?
I rather do what I love. Fuck Foot Locker.
I was about to say.
I mean, don't fuck Foot Locker because I love.
Yeah,
I love
you know,
copping my kicks from Foot Locker. But I'm saying like I'm not working at Foot Locker. If I got an opportunity, if I'm a ball player and I got an opportunity to play ball for 30K and a chance at the NBA, nigga, I'm gonna play ball for 30K.
Yeah, just like point blank period.
And live in an apartment.
We're not gonna tell the
with two other
listeners.
people.
We're not gonna tell the listeners how much money you made last year. But if you had to make that money doing what you did to make it last year, or working on music, you would have chose music, right?
That's a fact.
You wouldn't even have thought about it.
No, hell no.
My point exactly.
You should get these players.
My point exactly.
I hear you. I'm just saying that it's not happening, and here's why.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna happen. That don't mean I don't want it to happen.
Here's the thing. It could happen. The only way it could happen, niggas gotta be pulling Brandon Jennings every year. Damn. And they gotta go overseas and make them leagues good. And say and they got it, and the NCAA gotta go into panic mode because they're gonna say, wait, all the good players going overseas and all our games is trash. And now Drake is winning the Final Four. You know what I'm saying?
But like,
and UNC Asheville is winning the Final Four or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's gotta happen. Like, so niggas gotta go. Niggas gotta go overseas. All the good niggas gonna go overseas and get paid.
Like a boycott, but not really a boycott.
All the good niggas need to go overseas and get paid. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna mess it up when fucking Indiana schools with a bunch of with a bunch of white boys that can shoot start winning Final Fours consistently. Yeah. Niggas is gonna stop watching NCAA.
Yep.
When Columbia,
the motherfuckers ain't getting drafted, and if they are, it's gonna be second round.
They ain't getting drafted.
They ain't getting drafted.
And if Columbia start, Columbia ain't a D1 school. If Howard gets into the if Howard gets
Browning
into
have been shooting niggas lights out.
Facts, like if Howard gets into the field of 68, niggas gonna start saying, hold on, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you start seeing all these wild looking like,
and then I bet you know what they're gonna be saying?
We gotta pay them niggas.
We should have paid them niggas.
They gonna have to. They gonna
literally
have to.
Them niggas.
Facts, because it's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be crazy out there. It's gonna be a bunch of games. Games gonna go to 40 and 50 points. Yeah.
So
games gonna go to 40 every game gonna be 40 points, nigga.
You wanna know what's crazy? Why I feel so strong about this topic?
What's up?
Because it's the same fight we fighting in the music industry.
That's a fact.
It's the same fight.
That's a fact. And I like right now, I love my Cavaliers. But LeBron got it. If I'm LeBron, I'm leaving.
Wow.
Get the
Matter of
fuck
fact,
up out of there.
Matter of fact,
You got players
if I'm
making like
LeBron-
14 million throwing soup at the coaches.
if I'm
Get the
LeBron,
fuck out of here.
if every nigga in there, if I'm them, I'm leaving. Because the reality is, owners, the executives at these teams have taken the players for granted. They have. They've taken the players for granted. And
They expect the players to be loyal to the franchise.
yeah, and they like,
The
well, we
franchise
paying
ain't
y'all
loyal
all
to the
this
player.
money.
Yeah.
Well, okay, think about this.
Think
man.
about how much more. If
Think
you're
about
giving me this much money, how much money
That's what
are
I
you
was just
making?
about to say. If you can pay a nigga $200 million,
How much you making?
$200 million for 4 years? How many years? 4 years, right?
5.
Is it 5? I
Yeah,
thought it
it's
was
5.
4, and then you get.
Nah, like the max right now has been like if those contracts like are like the 200 mil, like the super contracts, those can only be signed, by the team that has its bird rights,
And how long is
which
it?
is the incentive.
Is it 4 or
the incentive
5
of
years?
staying is 5 years.
So, all right.
Fuck my whole shit up.
If you can pay a nigga,
Well, it's like 40 something million a year on average.
if you can pay a nigga $40 million for 365 days, how much money are you making?
Let's talk about it.
For 365 days, you can pay a nigga $40 million.
How much money?
One
did you
nigga.
make?
That's not
One.
even all the other niggas.
That's not. Yeah, that's not.
That's one nigga on the
That's not
team.
the
You can
potential.
play.
15 man
40
roster.
million.
That's
You
not
gave
the coaches.
one nigga $40 million.
Dude, you
You still gotta
like
pay the staff, the trainers. You still gotta pay the niggas that sweep the floor, the
That's what I'm
ball
saying.
boys,
That's like a
The
billion
people in the
the people in concession stands, the fucking
the light
the
bill.
coach,
The arena and
yeah, the arena, the coach, like all of that. Like you still gotta pay everybody, the whole coaching staff, the whole not the head, not Doc Rivers and his assistants. You gotta pay Doc Rivers, his assistant, his assistant, his assistant, the doctor, the nigga that do the shooting coach, the nigga that run drills,
Gatorade, nigga.
the Gatorade nigga.
You know something?
And then you gotta pay. Not only that, you gotta pay the person that does PR for the team. You gotta pay the social media rep. You gotta pay all these niggas. All of these teams got social media. Got social media profiles.
Yeah.
Who you think run them? You think Dan Gilbert run the Cavaliers social media?
Negative.
I hope not.
Nah, he definitely don't.
So all them niggas you gotta pay, and you can afford to pay one nigga $40 million, bruh. You making money.
You know something I would like to
You
see?
making money. If you can afford to pay one nigga $40 million and you got hundreds of employees to pay,
Like you said, for
You making
365 days, and they don't even play all 365 days.
facts. They don't even look. They play what from October to maybe June.
Yep, they make the playoffs.
So,
If they make the playoffs, maybe June, nigga.
but you know something I would like to see that I know ain't gonna happen
What?
because like I said, sports and I always play on sports and music. Is going hand in hand. Imagine if niggas like LeBron and them was like, look,
That ain't happening. I already know what you're saying.
what was I about to say?
You about to say if it was like, look, we gonna start our own team, our own league,
No.
our own team.
No, that's not what I was about to say. I wasn't gonna go that extreme.
They gonna buy a team.
No, that's not what I was about to say.
Oh,
Oh, he
alright.
gonna buy a team.
Oh yeah, he gonna buy.
He
a
gonna
team.
buy a team.
He gonna do that. But go ahead. I fucked you up then. My fault.
What I was gonna say is, imagine if he opted out his contract and he like, look, I ain't signing unless I get a percentage of all these goddamn jersey sales.
Yeah. Oh.
Because that's why that's another reason why they making so much money.
Fuck that. I'm not signing unless
Ticket
I get
sales.
equity
Yeah.
in the fucking the team. I'm not signing, and I don't know. The NBA probably has something where you can't own
Yeah.
part of the team.
Yeah,
You can't.
as a player.
Yeah, as
You
a
can't.
player. But like, imagine LeBron James saying, "Look, I will sign with any team in the NBA that gives me equity." Imagine the NBA being a fucking frequency, frenzy. I done fucked my words up. The NBA being a frenzy, dog. Like, and
That
it
shit
would
be
change.
crazy.
It would change the whole landscape of major league sports.
It makes sense though. You putting your body and life out there every
Facts.
night, so why not
Exactly.
own a part of that?
Facts.
The
Ain't
fucking
nobody-
place you
Ain't nobody
paying
coming.
for it.
Ain't nobody
Because
coming to Quicken Loans Arena to see Dan Gilbert, nigga. I promise you.
Cause
That's
you,
exactly.
but imagine, like he was like, "Yo,
I ain't never heard one person. I'm here for Dan. Fuck out of here.
We want Dan.
But imagine like
Put Danny in the game.
He said,
no, fuck Danny.
Imagine he said that like,
That's something to think about,
and the
though.
percentage don't matter. It don't matter the percentage. They can negotiate the percentage later, but he say, look, I will sign with any NBA team that is willing to go to Adam Silver and say, listen, I want to give this man equity.
That makes sense. So.
They ain't gonna let it happen though, because you think about it. Jay-Z had to sell his shares of the Nets simply because he started the Rock Nation Sports Agency shit, and he couldn't be representing. He couldn't have them represent NBA players and own the team. Yeah. So they felt like it would have been biased, and it would have been convincing people to go to Brooklyn. And I mean, they need somebody there. They need what's bro name? Sam Hinkie. They need Sam Hinkie. The trust the process guy, because the process almost complete.
Oh, that's a fact.
The process almost complete.
That's a fact.
Sam Hinkie, bro, he got to be the greatest 2K player ever. Like, he got to be the best My GMO player ever. That nigga say, I'm finna tank for like 3-4 fucking years in a row, and we gonna get all these picks. With the lottery, it don't matter, dog.
Facts.
Be all right.
Facts.
And got rid of Iguodala, and all these people gone.
Evan Turner.
When they was a playoff team with Iguodala, Evan Turner, all these people, and drafted Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. Well, he ain't draft Fultz, and he was gone by then. They got him out of there. The NBA wasn't having no more of that tanking shit. It was gonna be an epidemic.
Hey, you ain't tanking again.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's what the Mavericks doing right now, ain't it? They tanking right now.
Like 10th place, bro. They like
kinda.
They tank.
Kinda. I mean, but Dirk
depending on the
39. Like, I don't know what's going on.
How many more years you think Dirk can play? One.
Maybe one. Maybe.
What he averaging? Like 17 or something? If he still averaging
17,
if he's still averaging 20,
then he good.
I don't think he averaging 20.
If he's still averaging 20, he can play another 4 years.
Off the bench. Yeah.
The thing is, and Dirk willing to come off the bench too.
He can play another 4.
He probably ready. He probably waiting. Like,
he look like my knees is.
What? Somebody, please.
Somebody get some all-stars in here. I can't keep.
Facts. Dennis Smith Jr., please get better.
No, Dennis Smith Jr. He been balling low key. No, he averaging 12 points.
Who, Dirk?
He averaging but 12.
12. 5.7 points.
Damn, Dirk. Yeah, it's his time, bro. It's time. Shit, Tim Duncan averaged 17 his last year. Shit.
Yeah, this whole season he might announce it and be like, "Hey, Mark Cuban gonna be hurt."
Yeah, he only playing 25 minutes though.
Oh yeah, it's time.
Yeah, Mark Cuban gonna throw a big celebration though.
Which is about what he was doing last year. Last year he played 26 minutes. He was averaging 14. So yeah, his numbers been.
Do we start?
Yeah, he started.
Yeah. Nobody else.
He said.
Nigga play 4 minutes and sit down.
Every 4 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he played about half the game.
But yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Then they go play 6 minutes. They sit him down for 6 minutes. Next quarter, do the same shit.
Hey, well look, we can talk about NBA all night. We ain't doing that. Look, we rock with y'all. Rock with us. Let people know that we got this dope ass podcast.
Facts.
On iTunes,
Trying to get paid,
and SoundCloud. We got sponsors coming soon, I promise.
I ain't no student athlete.
You fuck with us. Every time we drop an episode, every week, even if it's just one person.
I know what he gonna say.
Just show one new person this podcast every week.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Do that. And subscribe.
You could change some lives.
Specifically
facts.
You can change your lives.
And then we'll change yours.
Yeah, exactly. I know y'all looking for unbiased, unfiltered opinions.
Because I'm unfiltered.
Yeah. About hip hop and our culture.
I'm probably the reason we ain't got a sponsor yet.
I know y'all looking for unfiltered, unbiased opinions about hip hop and the culture. We got it for you, dog. So subscribe to our YouTube, The Commission 4. Subscribe to us on iTunes and SoundCloud, Just Hip Hop, and follow us on all the platforms at 4 Just Hip Hop, at 4 The Commission. And look, man,
follow the parent company, The Commission.
Yeah, all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
All that. Follow everything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Who y'all think own Just Hip Hop?
Facts.
Commission.
So you know what I'm saying?
360. I like that.
Hey. But it's been another episode of Just Hip Hop. We love y'all. We out of here.